What makes you think that I'm an answer if you ain't mine? Even if you call. All right, gang, welcome back to the Daily Grift. It's your Grift God here, Atreus, and we got an update on a grift that I've been covering for the last couple of days. Okay, we're talking about Space Marine again. Now, remember, yesterday and the day before, we talked about the comments that the CEO of Saber Interactive made about pushing narratives in video games and wanting to get back to a time where games were just about having fun. And we can go back over the quote right here. This is Matthew Karch, the CEO of Saber Interactive, allegedly under the comments of an Asmongold video. We just gonna read this again for the people who may be watching this for the first time, watching me for the first time, whatever the case may be. He goes, "Hey man, CEO of Saber here. I love your videos. When we signed the deal to make Space Marine 2, all I wanted was a throwback game. We had the chance to work on something which by its nature was old school. I can't even comprehend many of the current games that we play these days. They are too complex and too much of an investment. We worked on Halo back in the day, and that game could be distilled down to the simplest of shooting loops, but it was entirely addicting." Okay, that is what we wanted to recapture. I hope that games like Space Marine 2 and Wukong are the start of a reversion to a time when games were simply about fun and immersion. Jesus Christ, that oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh, that is such a...
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
I'm about to bust behind that statement. Pause. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Okay, I spent some time as chief operating officer at Embracer, and I saw games that made me want to cry with their overblown attempts at messaging or imposing morals on gamers. Okay, we just want to do some glory kills and get the heart rate up a little bit. For me, that is what games should be about. Yes. Whenever we got to this point where the developers decided that it was their jobs to teach us how to live our fucking lives, y'all niggas got the game fucked up. Okay. Nigga! I don't know what you thought this was, but you don't get to tell me how to fucking live. You don't get to make me pay 50, 60, 70 plus dollars in the case of Ubisoft, 130 to tell me how to live my life. No, bitch. Make the game, and that's it. Okay. But there's been some kind of like back and forth about, whether or not he actually said this and, whatever the case may be. Well, I think we have our answer, guys. we have our answer about whether or not this was actually the CEO of Saber Interactive who said this. But before we get into it, we got a grift. Okay. The Squabble shop is open, ladies and gentlemen. Get you one of these brand new Squabble University teach a man's how to squabble t-shirts, sweatshirts, coffee bottles, water mugs, so you can show us how much of a squabbler you are. Remember, if you want to be a squabbler, you got to learn how to squabble.
Teach a man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
You get what I'm saying? Also, guys, we do a live show every Friday at 4 o'clock. Then we go into New Blackstreet at 6 o'clock. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to New Blackstreet, please do. New Blackstreet is lit. You can look at the thumbnails and tell we having too much fun. We're having too much fun on New Blackstreet. We are actually 17 subs away from reaching 200 on New Blackstreet. So please, guys, go ahead and subscribe whenever you get the chance. Also, stick around for the end of the video because I got some homework for y'all to do. Anyway, let's get back to the grift. Okay. So here we go. So you saw the quote. We got this right here over on LinkedIn. Okay. Now this is confirmed to be Matthew Karch in response to basically what we're going to get into is a Kotaku article that talked about his comments. He says, "Whoever wrote that seems to be pretty sharp." Now that's funny. That's funny because he's pretty much saying even if he didn't write that comment, he agrees with it. Even if he didn't write that comment, he agrees with it. Okay. So there you go. Confirmation. Kotaku is not happy. And you got your boy Ethan Gotch in the building, that boy booty hole is tight right now. That nigga is not happy, but we know why. Because truthfully, he's
That nigga gay.
I'm just saying.
Nigga gay. Nigga gay.
I'm just saying.
Nigga gay.
Okay, let's get into this article and see what your boy Ethan Gotch had to say. Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2, made by Saber Interactive, is a sequel to a beloved. Well, the name of the article is why Space Marine 2 exec's YouTube comment became a lightning rod. Okay. It is the sequel to a beloved 2011 shooter and has been praised for, among other things, feeling like an old school Xbox 360 era game. But some have what the hell is that word?
You stupid.
I'm sorry. Mars held, okay, I guess that classic mystique into a rebuke of modern games that don't conform to certain views they have about who gaming is for and what it needs to be good. Okay, a week ago, YouTuber Legendary Drops posted a video called Space Marine 2 is a reminder of what we lost, in which he praised the game for its gruesome combat, beautiful presentation, and celebration of the Warhammer 40K world and lore. He tried to juxtapose it with modern games that are either live service, hamster wheels, or single player experiences that feel like narratively convoluted and full of bloated gameplay systems. But he also talked about the game oozing with such masculinity that I feel like I have been in a desert for the last few days, and how it has themes nobody wants to go near anymore, like for courage and honor, for brotherhood, for the emperor. Legendary Drops went on to praise the limited banter among the characters, calling out games that skew simple good and evil characters and more stoic dialogue. Okay, the video didn't blow up until a few days later when the YouTuber Asmongold posted nearly an hour-long reaction to it, agreeing with most of Legendary Drops' points and elaborating on some of them. The problem is not that modern games have complex characters. The problem is that their idea of complex character is a self-indulgent loser that doesn't have any charisma. And I agree with that. Okay, I absolutely positively agree with that. These characters, they have no, there's no growth. There's no self-reflection. There's no humbleness. There's no learning. It's just, I was good the entire time, but the system was holding me down type shit. Okay, let's go ahead and skip ahead. There's a two-step that happens in both assessments of Space Marine 2. Each argument conflates modern gaming trends that many players find exhausting with the more recent and boutique reactionary backlash against games accused of shoehorning progressive values into their narratives. These accusations are made whenever a title dares to showcase diverse characters or tell a story that doesn't solely revolve around the straight white male that's traditionally centered in a video game box art. Okay, you tight. You mad. Okay, first of all, that's not true. This stuff has been talked about for a while. Okay, it's been talked about for a while. You guys pretty much, how do you say? You guys fast-tracked the conversation when you decided to write that article about Sweet Baby Inc. Sweet Baby Inc. doesn't do what you think it does. When you decided to write that article, you guys fast-tracked Gamergate 2. See, we were talking about Sweet Baby Inc., but we wasn't talking about it like that. At least I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Then you guys blew it the hell up. Asmongold bringing up Dustborn, a recent action-adventure indie release about a band traveling across America, is specifically a reference to that. The game and the team behind it became such a target of anti-woke reactionaries online that the studio had to put out a statement. Rather than just disagreeing with the values expressed in the game, it became important for some to show that the game had financially failed and was bad because of those values. The same way some are now championing Space Marine 2, not just because it's a fun or well-designed game, but in part claim that it's fun and well-designed because it centers young men as the target demographic. But that's true. It did flop because of that. And Space Marine 2 is successful because of that. That's a fact. Okay? Space Marine 2 is successful because it knew who its audience was and it catered to that. It wasn't being anti-woke, but it wasn't being woke either. None of this would have particularly surprised anyone if it wasn't for Saber Interactive's own CEO appearing to join in the debate. Matthew Karch, who co-founded the company in 2021, appeared to leave a comment on Asmongold's reaction video near the end of last week. Hey, man. Well, we already read it. Okay, we already read it. It wasn't until Monday, September 16th, when a Space Marine 2 news account on the Twitter recirculated that comment that more people became aware of it. Okay, we can skip ahead, see what his reaction to it is. So far, 2024 has been full of breakout action games that have eschewed some of the excesses associated with open world RPGs and grinding multiplayer games in the favor of more streamlined and old school feeling designs. And some, though not all, have been dragged into a culture war that seems to not so secretly be about entirely different things. Stellar Blade was a sci-fi. Yeah. We know, nigga. We know. Okay. We know. There's extra irony in Warhammer 40k becoming that crucible, given that it's openly fastest world building and the fact that owners of it have had to repeatedly remind the more toxic corners of its fan base that Warhammer is for everyone. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, now it's fastest world building. Oh, you fucking weirdo. You fucking clown. Oh, now Warhammer is for... Nigga, nobody said Warhammer isn't for everyone. Nobody said that. All we're saying is Space Marine 2 is successful because it knew who its audience was and it catered to that. He continues, to the degree that Space Marine 2 doesn't impose morals on the player, it's only because the politics of his universe are so obviously bleak and abhorrent that the regular people know to treat them as grim, dark fantasy rather than a hero's journey parable for 21st century virtue ethics. Okay, so, like, it's clear that Ethan Gotch is upset. Okay, we understand it, Ethan. We understand that you've had your butthole split open 5 different ways in the industry, and the women have pegged you into the ground. We get it. But the simple fact of the matter is, this can be all boiled down to what we've been saying this entire time, and quite frankly, I'm gonna make a video for Friday that addresses all of this. We no longer have to debate with you guys. I think the power we flexed enough. Gamergate 2 has proven one thing, that we run this shit. We run it. Okay, there's nothing you can do about it. We run this shit. And quite frankly, your article amounts to a zero sum. Nobody cares. You don't have the power that you used to have, Kotaku, and I can't wait for you guys to go out of business. And there's nothing else for me to say there. This is literally nothing else for me. We can go on. You can read the rest of this article if you want to. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of bullshit that he says in this article. But we'd be here all day reading this shit. Okay. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Hey, if you stayed to the end of the video, I appreciate you. Make sure you like and subscribe, but also share this out, man. We're trying to get to 15,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So I got that homework for you. Please do post it on Twitter, post it on Facebook, whatever you got to do, Reddit, submit it to Asmongold. I don't care. But yeah. As always, may the griff be with you. Griff. I'll talk to y'all later.
Oh, fuck you, fuck you.